A deputy slaughters 6 in Crandon, leaving that tiny community in shock.
Cops are supposed to always protect you, I thought, you know, and it's one who took my daughter and how many other people's lives.
A mother struggling to come to grips with that tragedy that took the life of her daughter and 5 other people. A senseless end to so many lives. What went wrong? That's the question on the minds of everyone in Crandon, Wisconsin this morning. This afternoon, I should say, after Tyler Peterson, a 20-year-old off-duty sheriff's deputy, went on a rampage, killing 3 current and 3 former Crandon High School students. Peterson was later killed by a SWAT team sniper. The superintendent of Crandon schools will hold a news conference at 1 o'clock to give us more details, as well as law enforcement officials will hold a news conference as well. Of course, we're going to bring you that live as soon as they come out today. The victims of the Crandon shootings are Katrina McCorkle, a senior at Crandon High, Jordanne Murray, Tyler Peterson's former girlfriend who graduated from Crandon High School in 2006, Leanna Thomas, also a senior at Crandon, Bradley Schultz, a 2005 graduate of Crandon, and a student at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, majoring in criminal justice, Aaron Smith, also a 2005 graduate of Crandon, and Lindsey Stahl, a freshman at Crandon. The lone survivor of the shooting is Charlie Nietzel. He has been upgraded from critical to serious condition at St. Joseph's Hospital in Marshfield. The family of gunman Tyler Peterson is reportedly planning on not saying anything to the public. We want to go live now to our Tom Murray, who's been following the story all morning from Crandon and has latest this afternoon. Tom?
Yes, Diane, we're at the school right now here in Crandon. About 900 students who attend classes here were given the day off. The school is closed here today. The briefing that we are expecting from law enforcement and school administrators will happen here, we expect, in about 1 hour. And as we wait for that briefing around town, the grieving continues now. Calls are flooding into the local flower shop in the wake of this mass killing. Neighbors, friends, and family are putting in orders for the 7 families that lost children. The owner and the manager of the flower shop both have children who attended school with the victims and the shooter. They tell us the shooter, 20-year-old Tyler Peterson, came into the shop many times as a customer.
Never ever imagining that he would ever been capable of doing something so, horrendous and unexpected and tragic as what took place.
We dealt with him with prom and, things going to prom, all this kind of stuff. Him growing up, I mean, he was a great kid. He comes from a great family.
And we have now learned from the district attorney's office here that Tyler Peterson had made several phone calls from that house in Argonne. That is about 8 miles north of here, and that is where authorities shot and killed him. We're told by the district attorney that the nature of those phone calls, he was making demands. He was asking for certain things as a condition of turning himself in. And the district attorney says that those demands were just too extreme and they could not be met. So once again, right now we are standing by for a briefing that we plan to bring to you live, scheduled for 1 o'clock here at the Crandon High School. Reporting live in Crandon, Tom Murray, today's TMJ4.
Okay, Tom, thanks for bringing us up to date right now. Our team coverage continues. Melanie Stout, she's live on the UWM campus where victim Bradley Schultz went to college. Mel?
We are learning more and more about these victims, Diane, and Brad Schultz's family tells us he did go to school here at UWM. He was living off campus and renting a place from relatives. Schultz went home for the weekend for homecoming. His younger brother still goes to Crandon High. His uncle told us off camera he is a hardworking student who never got into any trouble. He was earning a degree in criminal justice and one day wanted to be a detective on the police department. Students here on campus can't believe that a man hired to protect and serve is accused of killing so many young people.
The irony in there, the fact that something like that would happen to him, and it's just every time something like that happens, it always seems to happen to young individuals, especially kids that were anywhere from 14 to 20. So.
Good. Now, word is quickly spreading around here on campus. Now, we are told that Brad Schultz does have a lot of family in the area and actually throughout the state, and his uncle tells me that many of those relatives are now in Crandon trying to offer some sort of support, comfort to his grieving mother. I'm reporting live from the UWM campus, Melanie Stout, today's TMJ4.
Okay, Mel, thanks so much. And really, as the town mourns, family and friends of the victims are trying to come to terms with the tragic shooting. Planning for funerals and memorials for the victims will likely start today. So far, those plans have not been made public. And there are many questions as to why an off-duty deputy could have opened fire in a house full of young adults and teens. State Attorney General J.B. Van Hollen hopes to get some of those questions answered today. He'll be in Crandon to discuss the case. Since the shooter was an off-duty deputy, the investigation will be handled by the State Department of Criminal Investigation. It's unclear at this time what sort of background testing the shooter had to go through to become a deputy. It's also unknown whether Tyler Peterson underwent any psychological testing prior to joining the force. So here's what we know about Crandon itself. It's a town of about 2,000 people. It's also the Forest County seat and home of the World Championship off-road races. Recapping the story, 6 people were shot dead by 20-year-old Tyler Peterson. He was an off-duty Forest County Sheriff's deputy who was also a part-time Crandon police officer. And Peterson shot 6 people at a house party, a homecoming house party, including his ex-girlfriend. The shootings happened around 3 a.m. and it took several hours to find the gunman. He was eventually found several miles away. He took 6 people hostage before he was shot and killed by a sniper. A 7th victim remains hospitalized at this time with serious injuries. And stay with today's TMJ.